Man, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Wednesday. Back at it again, doing our thing again in the basement. Appreciate you guys being here. It's another beautiful Wednesday. We didn't have to be there. Y'all could been anywhere y'all wanted to. But some reason y'all are here with me. And I appreciate y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I greatly appreciate y'all being here, helping out, engaging in the chat. You know what I'm saying? When y'all come through, I always appreciate it. I need to make sure I let y'all know that, guys. I really do. So with that being said, on this beautiful Wendy's. I know we've seen the thumbnail. The thumbnail was about parents of student athletes, right? The thumbnail is about parents of student athletes. I'm going. So my son is a student athlete. He's currently a student athlete now. He's in college, uh, practicing, getting ready to play his first year of college ball. Um, and it's interesting because this will be the only time that I don't help my son really to prepare, not only physically, but really, I guess the mental part of it, right? You know, because he plays a sport that's totally different from what I play. So, and I guess it's kind of plus. That might have helped him a whole lot because I probably would have been continue to been hard on him like it used to be back in the day. Now, back when he was, let's see, third, I want to say about the second grade. You know, we kind of knows he wanted to. He's acting kid, right? He wanted to be participating in sports, in all sports. So we tried everything, right? I didn't want to just pigeonhole him into coming out the gate just one sport. Wasn't gonna do that at all because I know that probably wouldn't have been fair to him. Look, he probably could have took on a sport I can't stand. I really don't care about, and that's soccer. And you know the higher powers might say, "Hey, look, he ain't gonna play soccer." Well, that wasn't the case. So, but doesn't mean we didn't try. We attempt to put him in these other sports. So, you know, one of the sports was soccer. The other one was baseball. He didn't take that too well because he couldn't stand wearing that hat, and so they put him in the outfield, and he didn't want to stand out there all day. He's around bunches here, so now he's out there picking dandelions, blowing them. You know, what I'm saying just out there sitting in the sun, cooking his little yellow ass off. He just what it just wasn't him. It just wasn't him. He didn't take to that. We tried. Then he said, "Dad, I don't want to play." All right, you didn't hurt my feelings because I didn't already understand the game of baseball anyway, you know. But I just wanted to give him an opportunity to play different sports. Now he said he didn't want to play, but we ended up playing the following year to try it one more time because he got a couple buddies in his classroom that did play baseball and said, play, you know. He tried again. It just didn't. And so when I say baseball, I really what it was t-ball because he was too young to play baseball. Yeah, right. It was t-ball he was trying to play. He was cool when they was on offense because you know they was he was active. You know what I'm saying? He got to hang out, get ready up to bat. So that was cool. Seeing the other kids hit the ball, that was cool to him. But now he's got to play defense out in the outfield. And and look, them kids ain't hitting that ball that far out like that. I didn't see none of the kids at the YMCA hitting the ball out there like that. So it wasn't happening. So he wouldn't get no action. He was just out there, just doing his own thing, living his best life, I guess. So with that being said, it just didn't do nothing for him. So lo and behold, his Louisville Slugger days was cut short, and we was done with baseball. So we put him in soccer. Soccer was okay for him, but he just didn't take to that either. You know, because it was always a lot of action. So that was a good thing for him. So he wasn't just sitting around, but going up and down the field. He he just didn't want to. I guess he didn't want to run all day and all that. He just wasn't that getting cooked. You know, so we turned on to football. Now I was coach football already, so that wasn't a huge transition for him. So he's been to games, he's seen the games, he watched it on TV with me, so he had an understanding for him. But I just didn't know if he was ready to hit. For those who's coaching, they were coaching on a little league level or middle school, high school level. We all know there's a lot of good kids out there where they ain't got no pads on. I mean, they all stars. They them guys, right? That's what they are. But once we got to put them pads on, it's a different animal. Different animal. And so, I didn't know how he was going to take it. I didn't know how he was going to take it, but he was cool. Now, please believe me. With my son, he was he was aggressive when he needed to be aggressive. But you have to get him to that point of being mad. And so he's like a little Credible Hulk. He's fine when he's Dr. Banner. When you get to that point where he's a Hulk and he's pissed, and it takes some time to calm him down, and it's not just an hour or so. It takes you damn near the rest of the day to get him. Okay, buddy, game's over. We good. You good. Let's just chill. So, with that being said, it was a show. Like I said, when he first come out, you like, okay, he's fine. He'll hit, but he's not. He's not being really aggressive. He's not getting up in there. He was like somebody's making a tackle. He's a second and third man. That's what we used to get mad back in the day in high school. These old dudes would pile on towards the end and try to get the credit for the tackle, right? That's what he was doing. And so I knew what was going on. It was irritating me. I said, dude, stop doing that shit. Get in there and make the tackle. So, but he kept doing. But I had to give him some grace because it was his first year or two playing the game. So he really didn't, want to do too much. Now, I give him credit. That dude can catch. I was surprised how good he can catch. Because again, we didn't go out in the backyard throw the football. We threw the basketball around. He partake into that. So yeah, that's a little later. But he did do football and basketball at the same time. But football, he never really do it. And it, like I said, I didn't really turn him on to it because he never showed interest in playing. He showed interest in watching it, but not playing it. It wasn't until I was back, at the get together, and he was playing pitch back tackle. And all of a sudden, this dude, they, what they consider called kicking a ball, and wasn't going too far, but the little kid kicked it up there enough where you had to catch it and return it. So he did it, and when first I was surprised he caught it. I just said, damn, I see a lot of kids that young can't feel no damn punt or kick off. So he fielded it, and he just started running. And he ran fast, but until he got hit. And that's why I'm telling y'all, that's when I seen him go from the Credible Hulk. When he got hit, and that dude laid his yellow ass out, like he light skinned, so his ass was red. When that dude got, afterwards, I'm like, God damn, I see why your ass was pissed. When he was taking a bath, that dude was red. Half his face was red, but then it was all on the show because where he got hit on the side. I said, shit, I see why your ass is pissed. Because that was the first time he got tackled like that. He never been tackled like that before. So now he's mad. So now I'm trying, oh shit, here we go. I'm trying to get him. Come on over, man. You ready to fight? Why? Look, I told him that's the way the game of football is. You're not going to fight because you get tackled. It's part of the game. So he quickly understood it because I remember he liked Seahawks, and his favorite player was Russell Wilson. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know why, but that's who his favorite quarterback was. And he remember when Russell Wilson get hit, him getting up, popping up, tapped the guy on it. He said, "All right." I said, just get him back in the game. That's all you do. When he hears the ball, touch the ball, you blow his ass up. And so that's exactly what he did. I seen that. I said, oh shit, yeah, it's too good to play football. We're not gonna sit there waste time with these other goddamn sports. So another thing, reason why I'm playing, because it created a level of toughness for him. So when he did play basketball that year, it was hard for him to transition. I said, dude, this is basketball. Because he always loved to play defense. He loved to play defense. He loved to pass the ball. And so, with that being said, playing defense in basketball wasn't hard for him. Because he was always up in, and when we play football, of course, when you play football, you unless you're a big boy, you wasn't up there on that front, the front 7 or the front 8. You wasn't. You was more likely, you a little kid, you gonna play safety, you know what I'm saying, or you gonna play depending on how fast your wheels are, you might play corner. So when his first year we played him at safety. Now he was more the free safety. He wasn't strong safety. He played free safety. Man, like I said, that dude was one of those, like, first couple years of Palon kid. He just seen what he did and just Palon. And I had to keep remembering, well, he is free safety. He's not strong safety. Have to come. No, I said he's the last line of defense. So, you know, I would always get on him though and give him a hard time about how to play and do it this way. And we'll watch videos and film. And then I kept feeling like, man, am I doing too much too early with him with this? Am I giving too much shit? And that lasts probably for a long time. It wasn't. Me and him would have arguments about how to play and being aggressive in this. Like I said, to the point, I don't know, I might have drove his ass from stop playing football. Now, I could kind of see he was getting to that point, you know what I'm saying? Because it was hard to give him the practice. Come on, man, I don't want to go practice. Come on, man, look, I'm a guy, you committed to this, you can commit to the end. That's just me. So I was that parent at first, man, that I'm about to speak on. He played football. It took some of his 6th grade going to 7th grade year. That's when his football career stopped after that. Now, I always thought back, and I had asked him, I was about to say myself, I said, dude, did I stop? Did I discourage you from playing? I said, no, I just was tired of playing. I wanted to focus on basketball. I want to be a basketball player. I love playing basketball. Say less. Because I know when I heard him say that, I know what he means. I love football. I like basketball, but I love football. So when he sat there and said, I love basketball, I said, cool. I said, look, Hank, I got this equipment for you, brand new. And that's another mistake I made as a parent. I appreciate that. He said, Daddy, are you mad? Because I said, no, I'm not mad. I said, look, I told you when you started, if you give me 2 years for the money I pay for this equipment, to me, that covers it. I'm good. I had no problem. You gave me more, but he gave me more than 2 years. He gave me more than 2 years. That dude ended up playing over 5 years, 6 years, I think it was total. He played. I was good with that. And once he said, I understand. I mean, I could see it. Look, I told him, I said, I knew I was dragging your ass to get you to, you know, basketball. Shit, you hated being late. You want to be there on time, early. You hated being late. And I appreciate that. But I'm like, damn, why didn't you do it for football? Now I understand. Because he said, I love basketball. I like football. And he still watches to this day. Now, most of the time, he watches the highlights. You know, a lot of kids on phone or on a tablet or whatever, or the laptop. He just watch how he patience him watching the whole game, football game. No, it's not there. Now, when we go into the game, he's right there. He's right there. But if you watch on TV, he's gonna find something else. I'm watching. He'll come and sit down, just be in the presence, and then he'll get on the phone and watch a movie. I'm like, dude, you go in your room, watch it on your big screen. You got a 45-inch TV in your room, a 40-inch TV in your room. Why don't you just watch in your room. You can watch on your phone. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, okay, cool. I understand. He just want to be right there in the midst. Sometimes you want to be with your ex, but you don't. I guess is what he was doing. So, like I said, I was hard on him, and I was still hard on him all the way up till we got to high school. And I said, I told him, and I think it was like one AAU trip. I said, dude, why you? I said, stop complaining about this. I said, what did you do? And I hate it when I heard somebody blaming everybody else. What did you do? What did you do? What did you not do? What you could have done to get to be better and help your team be better? What could you done to help your team win instead of lose? Because right now I'm hearing all these excuses what everybody else did. What about what you did? And like I said, we got to the point where we arguing, fussing and arguing about it. And my ex-wife, time she gets mad, and she just didn't understand as a mother the intensity that was there between me and him talking about this game and how he played and how he didn't play. Just didn't understand it. So when I told her, I said, look, I said, when you get in my high school, I said, I'm not going to say nothing. No more. I'm not going to talk about the game after the game unless he wants to. So it's the summer of going into his 8th grade, going into the summer year. He already played his 8th grade year of varsity level basketball. He got that opportunity. So that was it. Once he got to the high school age and playing high school ball, I just stopped. I didn't say anything after the game. I didn't say a word. If he wanted to talk about it, I let him talk about it. I let him talk about it. And once he talked about it, then we'll talk about it. Unless he knew the rule. And we talked about it. The rule was if you had bad body language, bad attitude, I'm on your ass right there on point. And I told him, I'm on your ass right there on point. I'm going to say something's going to be said to you on site. As soon as the game over, we're going to talk. I know you need a 24-4 app. Not when I see that. Because with that, it has nothing to do with you had a bad game or not. Effort and body language are two different things that you can control. You always have. You may not have control of if you had a free throw or not. You may not have control sometimes if there's a turnover or not. You may not have whether it's yours or somebody else's. But what you can control is your body language and your attitude. And so if that's not on point, that's a problem. Now, of course, I'm also the guy who every time you miss a free throw, you owe me 25 push-ups. Well, with lo and behold, with that, he shot at least 84% from the free throw line. He wasn't that kid going to shoot 50%. He wasn't. He shot 84% from the free throw line. That was him. Why now? Is it because I put that stipulation on? Are you going to do push-ups? And he hated doing push-ups? That's it. That's it. He shot 84% from the free throw. It was his career for high school. 84%. Why? Because once he got in high school, it wasn't no 10 no more. 10 push-ups stopped in middle school. And he said, Dad, I thought it was just 10. No. We on a high scale, high level, and more expectations here to come. That's 25 every time you miss free throw. And again, he shot 84%. Why? Because he knew the standards for that. You had bad attitude, you owe me 25. You had bad body language, you owe me 20. I don't care what's going on. Don't care. Don't do that. Because guess what? If you do that, everybody else around you should have been 90% if he locked him well. Coach Grader, I agree with you. That's what his old high school coach, guys. I agree with you. But with that being said, Barry, that's funny. I'll stop. I said, I'm not going to say, look, I'm talking about it. People don't understand. Some league, you traveling state to state, city to city, you spending money for hotels. And it wasn't like we was them parents who didn't travel with them, because we was there. I would didn't work overtime during summer times so I could be at the games. Miss events so I could be at the game. Uh, my ex used to say, "You build your life around it. I'm not gonna do." I said, "Well, that's on you." I said, "I remember when my father was never at none of my high school games, none of my middle school games. I remember that. I remember watching everybody else's father be there. Mine's wasn't. Mm-mm. That's not gonna be me. I'm gonna be right there cheering for him to the end." Now, eventually, she bought in and she made sure she was at a lot of the games. She didn't go to every game, but she was at a lot of them. So when we separated and we was no longer together, we made a pact, me and her, saying one of us need to be at the games. Whether it's me or it's her, or both of us, we're gonna be at his game for there to support. And it wasn't a time until it was like flood mode in my city where I had to go to a pump station due to my career, and this was something I couldn't get out of. And even so, I found a way to be at his game, not in physical form, but in mental and spiritual form, because I was able to stream it. And I would call him, and we'll talk after the game, wherever city he was in. We'll talk. I didn't bring up the game like that. I just went, how's he feeling? How's his body? I make sure you stretch, you ice down. I made sure I did that for him because I wanted to make sure I was involved and know, hey, just because I'm not there doesn't mean I'm not there, even outside of sports. So I had to make sure that he knew that. And it was constant. Like I said, it wasn't a thing I missed. Look, when he was in high school, I missed probably about a total of 3 games, whether it was during the summertime or during his high school career. Didn't miss much. And one time I missed this senior because my damn plane was late. Now that had nothing to do with me or work. The damn plane was late. With airlines, you never know with them. But nonetheless, guess what? I'm streaming. I'm watching on somebody's Facebook Live because they there streaming the game. So I still got to see it, even though I was in between cities. I still got to see his game, and I was still there to root him on. And got there the next day, and look, like business as usual. Business as usual. So, guys, most thing I'm saying really usually divide because as parents, there's some things that we should do as parents to try to help our kids. And it doesn't matter whether you have a daughter or son. There's certain things you need to try to do to help your kids when they are playing the sport. And certain things as a parent you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things. For me, example, if you can. Now, I know it may not be feasible for everybody. And I understand that. Money's tight. It costs a lot to travel to these games, especially during the summertime, to participate. But when your kid is playing at a school ball and their games are probably no more than 20 to 30 minutes away, be there for them. Try to adjust and fix your schedule to be there for your kids. Guys, if you can't afford tickets to get in the games, talk to your coaches. They have ways of getting you on lists to get you passes and waivers and all of that to get you to the game. But do what you can to participate in your child's events. Now, if it's because of health reasons you can't be there, I understand that. But let that be the only reason. I don't care what you're going through. Look, I'm going to take it from, I don't care if you're going through a divorce. I was going through that, and I still made sure I was there. I don't care if you're going through a depression. I did that too. Still was there. Because little things like that could take your mind off of the shit you're dealing with. Little shit like that could give you a break from the realities of the world, watching your kids have fun, enjoy themselves, participate in the activity that they love. I don't care what it is. Look, it may not be a sport. Your child may not be a student athlete. If your child's in a goddamn a band, be involved. Go to the concert. Help out with the fundraisers. Make sure you participate in those events. Do those things, man. Hey, man, shout out to my man, John the Baptist, coming through with the $5 super chat. My man, John the Baptist says, they say next generation became the best father. It was a baby boom who failed us. We did our best to fix the damage. These are facts. These are facts. Look, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say this. Yes, I didn't have the participation of my parent like I would like to. I wanted to. I didn't. Definitely wanted him more involved in my life, especially my sports events. But certain things need to happen for certain individuals to make them a better person. Right? I don't know if I would have been the father I would have been if it wasn't for the absence of my father. Let me say that. Of my parent. All right, look, I can't just put on him because my mom wouldn't always either. Of my parents. Because what it opened my eyes and allowed me to do is to go seek other avenues, like my great-grandfather and my uncle, to see what it should look like, what it need to be like. So that kind of helped me realize that. And it also put a fire in my belly, made me think, like, I don't want to be like what I went through. I don't want to put my son through the same bullshit that I went through. I want to give my son the feeling of knowing that, hey, there's a man here that loves me to death. He's supporting me, whatever I do, whatever sports or activity I like to be involved in. That's what I wanted my son to have. I didn't want him to have that empty feeling looking in the stands. Nobody does the root for him. Yeah, I know you got cheerleaders. I know you got other parents. But it's nothing like seeing the people who gave birth to you, rooting for you, uplifting you, yelling out your name. It's a beautiful thing. I give my dad credit on this. My dad was at a lot of my son's games. Very few games that he missed his last 2 years of high school. Did I feel some type of way at first? Yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie. But after a while, I had to like, okay, he's doing the best he knows. Well, let's see, past it, 46, 47, 48. I'm okay now. I'm in a good space. Me and him, we cordial, respectful. We in a good place. But the fact that he was able to be there for his grandson and cheer him on. And what really touched me the most was my son's last year in the playoffs. After they lost, he hugged me, and I told myself, right, you look, the way you played, the way you gave it your all, I can't be mad at you. You did everything you could do. He went down there, talked to my dad. It wasn't just one of those, hey, how you doing? No. It was, he sat down there for a minute. He sat down there for a minute and had a good conversation. And I just sit back and I just watch. And a proud father that I was, I just sit back and watch that in action. Then after he got done talking, he gave him a hug. And then my son put his head on his shoulders. And I said, what'd you say to him? He said, he was just talking to me about how, he's proud he was and all of that. And looking forward to seeing him play college ball. And he gave him a hug, and he said, my dad said, I love you too. We got home. I got to my house. He went with me. I said, you all right? I said, it's it. That was it. It's over. We got to get ready for the next chapter. And he just broke down. He started crying in my shoulders. Didn't really want nobody else, I guess, to see him cry in public. He said he cried in the locker room. I said, that's okay. It's okay. And he cried on my shoulder. I said, it's okay, boy. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It happens. It happens. Now he got me choked up. I'm like, God damn. But that's just the love I have for him and the love he has for me and the love you have for your child. Man, I know I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it just makes you think. That boy came a long way, I guess. Man, you just got to be a parent who had a kid like it. I remember his elementary going to his school damn near every day because that boy getting in trouble for talking too much, doing this, doing that, not doing this, not doing that. To what I seen walk across the stage and graduating. Now that dude's in college, getting ready for the college season. Working out. Going hard. Talking about that. We got practice 6 o'clock, 6:30 on Saturday. I said, boy, I just started smiling. I said, how's that feel? I said, how does that feel? Dad, I don't like it. I said, but how does it feel? He said, I like it. I said, why? Because we practice, you going hard, you getting ready. That season's right around the corner. 26th of October, the first game. It's right around the corner, guys. Basketball season officially started for them. So, with that being said, man, I definitely wanted to create the show because the basketball season started. And again, I'm not as involved as I used to. And it feels kind of strange. I'm not going to lie. As a parent, it feels kind of strange because I'm not. Now, I go over there every week, probably about 3 times a week. I go over there and see him. And we just sit in the truck and we just talk about what's going on, this and that. I asked him about his little girlfriend. How's that going? Yeah, they not vibing anymore. I said, look. I said, I told you, man. I said, look, when you go to college, these women are built different. They talk different. They look different. They act different. I said, you might want to go ahead and let her go now because once y'all go to college, y'all separate ways, y'all going to end up seeing new people. You're going to be tempted and you're going to break a girl's heart. And I don't want you to do that. Don't do that, man. And so he tried. She went to Tennessee State. He's over at the school he's at. And he said, it just didn't work. I said, all right, buddy. I said, that's okay. How you feel about it? He said, I'm okay. He said, I'm just going to be single right now, Daddy. I'm just going to enjoy being single and focus. I said, well, look. I said, let your girlfriend be your basketball. Your wife is at school because you need to stay focused on that. Because if you don't, if your wife ain't right, you ain't playing. If things ain't right at home, you ain't playing. So you got to take care of the first, and that's your schoolwork, your education. That's your paper. That's your job. You got to go get your paper. So let's get this diploma. Basketball gonna be there. I know it's your baby, and you always gonna do what you got to do. I know you're gonna give your best effort. I know you're gonna give it your all, but you got to make sure your grades are in order. It's going to be hard because there's going to be time, there's a distraction. There's going to be parties on campus. There's going to be parties at other places. You're going to be with your teammates. You're going to be traveling with them. Look, he's already doing it. He went to a football game, Indiana football game. Indiana played Indiana State. So that's up in Blooming. That's like 2 hours from where he goes to school at. And he said, Dad, I need some money to go to the game. We get discount tickets. I said, okay, cool. I said, how much you need? Oh, I just need $10. Tickets $10. I said, all right, well, I ain't going to send no goddamn just $10. So I ended up sending like $20, $25, I think $25. So at least give him something to drink and something to eat, something. So I sent him $25. So he got the money. Lo and behold, he worked me. He got me. Because he not only worked me, he hit his sister up for 10, hit his mama. So now he got about $100 between three people. He got $100. He got me. So I told my ex, I said, look, for now, when that boy hits you up for money, you let me know. So he ain't not double dipping. His black ass like he's slick. I know what he doing. So he got me. He got me, guys. So send him some money. Make sure he left. So I call him, late on that evening because I knew the game was at 12. I called him late on that evening. I was, asked him about how the game. I just got finished watching a football game, and he went to the game. I said, man, he said, I watched part of the game. I said, it looked like it was sold out up. It was nice. He said, yeah, a lot of people. I said, man, what was the final score? And it got out of hand. I said, did you stay on time? Because it looked like it was a blowout. He said, yeah, we stayed. I said, okay, cool. I said, you on the way home? He said, no, we. I said, when y'all coming home? So he said, we're going to go out to eat some. I said, okay, well, y'all be safe traveling. So later that night, before, during a halftime another game, I called and said, well, how was the trip back? I said, Dad, we still up here. I said, what? I said, look here, boy. You didn't say nothing about you staying. So, I kind of gave him a little hard time about it. But at the end of the day, I know he's 18, and I really can't say much. Because he's grown. And I told him, man, I said, look, I can't really control you like I used to because you kid, you don't mind, you live in my house. Now you kind of on your own, but at the same time, I need you to be safe. I don't want you to end up as a statistic hearing these stories about kids going to other campus, getting caught up into a disagreement, get to an altercation, and you get in trouble. You got too much to lose. So, look, you get up where you stay focused, be on your point. And, even though he's 18, I still want to know. I said, I want the phone number of the teammate. I need a picture of that teammate. I need the phone number of the uncle. He didn't have the phone number for the uncle, but he had a picture of him. So he sent me all that. I said, man, look, nothing against him, people. I need to make sure you good. I need to make sure you good. And that's the main thing. I'm not worried about them. I need to make sure you good. That everybody else that's on their parents. I need to make sure you good, Lane. That's it. So, look, is it me being a helicopter parent at the time? Maybe you consider that. I just want to make sure my son is good. I want him to have that college experience. I want him to enjoy all of that. But at the same time, I got to make sure my boy's good. And that's the main thing. So, again, I'm kind of rambling with everything, but I'm sorry, guys. This is part of being a college student athlete as a parent. Part of that, being a parent, is make sure you try to help the kid out as much as possible. Now, like I said earlier, me and my son used to get into it about how he played the game and what he did and what he didn't do. And I'm telling you guys, I shouldn't have did that. I was wrong. I was too overbearing on a kid that young and expected too much. Now some say, well, did you try? I said, maybe when he played football, but once he started playing football, it didn't matter to me. Because now he's playing a sport that I like, I just don't love. And so that kind of helped me not being overbearing on him in basketball. Now, I told y'all, I'm always been on this bad attitude and bad body language. That's never going to stop. I don't care what sport he play. I stay on him about that. I stay on him about it because it, like I said again, it doesn't take anything but yourself. You can control all of that. Your attitude, your body language, you control all that. I tell the kids to this day, I get on them. You got to have bad attitude, bad body language. It does not sit well with coaches. Please believe, there's a reason why I'm saying that, because I was that kid. Something happened, something didn't go the way I wanted to go. I think it should have went. My attitude went shitty. So the reason because I knew what effects it had on me. So I'm trying to teach these kids, look, don't do that. That's not the thing to do. Because if you do that, the coaches see it with your attitude down and bad and all that. Now you're not focused. And now I got to do what I need to do to educate you and teach you to get you back where you need to be focused. I mean, there's time in basketball game, this dude would be mad And it would take a whole quarter to get him, pull him back in. Dude, when you like it, it's like 4-on-5. Because you're so bad because they didn't call a foul or you got a foul call on you. And now you can't even stay locked in. So now the team's out there playing shorthanded because you not focused. And I had a conversation with I said, put his ass on the goddamn bench. Because I definitely wasn't one of them guys to sit there and get mad or upset talking about my son should get playing. No, don't do that. Parents don't do it, but what I'll talk about. I wouldn't know that type of parent. I didn't care. I'm that parent. If you don't get playing now, why? Look at my accountability. What are you doing where you're not getting playing time? Is it something you're not doing in practice? Why? Because I was a coach before. I knew I had those conversations with certain parents. I had those conversations with certain parents. Mr. Lyman said, "Is the education on the game. You care about the child's future." I understand. I know that's right. Recruiting coaches definitely pay attention to that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, guys, I got a couple videos here. And I know some of y'all may have seen this viral video go viral with some of these parents at these football games and basketball games and soccer games and whatever sports things just put on. I seen a video where somebody was at a beauty contest and they got into a fight. Man, competition break out the worst in some people, man. It does. So we play this video for you one time.
The parents were upset because their son didn't play.
That's not going down.
So they confronted the coaches after the game.
That's not right, bro. That's not right, bro. You can't do that shit, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. Y'all can't do that shit. I said what I said, because y'all didn't play on the team. It don't matter. It don't matter. Bro, you on that bullshit. You on that bullshit, bro. You can't do that to him. Let's do that bullshit. Hey.
They still don't get the point. They still don't get the point. Y'all let my son in the ball. He's fired. He's fired. No, because I want to understand why you only get 5 seconds of play time. And they're only playing the same motherfuckers.
She won't understand why you only get 5 seconds of playing time and they keep playing the same. Man, let me hurt your feelings. Maybe your son ain't that damn good. Maybe your son is just not that good. John the Baptist said high school football and powerlifting was his first love. Right on, John. Maybe your child just wasn't that good. Look at guys. Are there situations where coaches just don't play kids because they want to win? Yes. But there are. But once you get to come to school ball, that's a little different. Once you're in middle school and high school ball, that's different. And please believe in college is big difference. Once you get to school ball, it's not rec league ball, where it's mandatory for me to play your child. It's not. Most time in school ball, there's tryouts. Rec league, there is no tryouts. You on the team, you on the team. unless I have just too many kids out there. And normally nowadays, unless you just in a destitute area where nobody want to play the game, the team's bad, but they just need some not play the field. You might have those situations. And most times your child is not that good. He's not good enough to play. He's not good enough to start. I can't trust him. So why would I put him in to not only hurt the team, but hurt himself? You have that situation, guy. And I know you think little Johnny is the next Lamar Jackson. Little Johnny is the next Patrick Mahomes or Devontae Adams or Gary Wilson or whatever other player out. I know y'all think that. Little Johnny ain't living up to them expectations. That ain't what Little Johnny can do. Little Johnny barely own the team. Barely on the team. But in rec ball, they may have the rule and they may told you at first that, hey, we're gonna play everybody. And let me hint you guys to some game, guys. If they put your child in on kickoff, that's gonna be his time. That's gonna be now meet that requirement they told you at the beginning of the season. Every child gonna play. He may even put you on kickoff return. So now you got 4 seconds right there. Unless they got a long return. Now you may put on the kickoff team. They're going to put them on the front line. That's what they're going to put on. Front line. You won't be on second leg or the third leg because they don't trust your hands. And they know you can't catch. I'm teaching to the game. They putting your kids on the front line. It is what it is. They put your kids on that front line, and that's going to be their playing time for some kids. And some kids, it may not. Now, one thing you might want to do is have a conversation with the coach after practice or before practice. Don't do it during the games. Don't do that. Look, another thing I didn't do because I respect the coaches as coaches is I didn't, at the game, bombard them with a bunch of questions. I believed in that 24 to 48 hour rule. I respected that. Didn't text a message. Unless coach texts me or says something to me, I would have nothing to say. I win, lose, or draw. I let the coach be and go about their business. That just wasn't me. I wasn't the one questioning the coaches about playing time. Didn't do that. I questioned my son. That's who I question. Shout out to my boy John Baptist for the super sticker. Right on, big brother. Thank you, my guy. I question my son. Son, why ain't you? Why are you complaining about playing time? What did you doing? Something you did in practice? Did you not go to practice? Did you miss practice? Was you late to practice? Why ain't you playing? I know you're good enough. So what did you do wrong? Oh, Dad, well, I got upset and the coach told me to do this and this, and I didn't do it the way he wanted me to. No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, buddy. What did you do? So, guys, for those who have the opportunity, and then some coaches do this, they have open practice. Go. Don't let your kids see you there, because guess what? They don't look like an all-star. Shit. Motherfuckers we know don't be practicing right. All of a sudden, he out there he Kobe. Running around, doing everything right. Coach look up. Mom understands. That's why he doing this thing. Come at that Tuesday when it's game time. LeJohn ain't playing. Why ain't he playing? He looked good in practice. Oh, he looked good that one day, but you wasn't there Monday. You wasn't there Wednesday or Thursday. You wasn't there doing pregame when it was time to do film study. While his ass back there falling asleep just because the lights was out. But we trying to watch film. That's why little Johnny ain't playing. Because Johnny don't want to stay focused on a regular basis. Johnny focused when you came in the building, when he seen you there. Johnny wasn't focused that next day. Johnny head was in the cloud somewhere. Think about his girlfriend. Think about this or that, getting high. I don't know what Johnny was doing. But he wasn't there. He wasn't here. Go in there, pay attention practice, make sure your child can't see you somewhere, and just watch and see how he does. Man, if he's doing what he need to do, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, then have a conversation with the coach, respectfully. You know, but you know what I always make my son do? I said, no, don't talk to me. You got coach, you need to talk to your coach. You ask him why you ain't playing. I always try to make sure I turn it over to him. I don't care how young he was. And some people say, well, he can't. No. How he's going to learn? Sometimes you got to put your kids in the fire. I don't order my son's food. He orders his own damn food. You don't order your food, you don't eat. You better tell the waitress what you want. Or that waiter what you want. Or you ain't eating. I'm going to sit there and eat this goddamn Parmesan chicken and broccoli and sweet potato while you ass eating over eating that goddamn free bread. I gave him my order. You better speak up. Ain't no limit on what you can get, on what the price is. I don't do you, but you better tell her what you want. I've been doing that ever since he was in middle school. Elementary last time I ordered anything for him. And even then, I kind of grew him in the summertime. When he took the McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that. Tell her what you want. On up her. You know, his ass off screw. He look up, look down. Look up, look down. Talk. You don't talk, you don't eat. You don't work, you don't eat. Hey, closed mouth don't get fed. Keep your mouth closed. You don't eat. Not on me. It is what it is. So, with that being said, he learned to talk. But it only helped that. It helped him on the basketball court. Because in basketball, you have to talk. You have to communicate. It's not one of those quiet sports. I know y'all think they don't talk. No, they talking. Even in them NBA, they talking. You get down close enough to the floor, they're talking. They're communicating. I know it may be hard for y'all to hear it. Maybe because you're in the nosebleed. But if you watch the game on TV, you can hear them talk. Just saying. So you got to communicate, and that helped him able to talk. Not only ordering his food, but in talking to people, period. Another thing I say on eye contact. Don't look down to me. Don't look around. You straight eye. I don't give a damn if they turn your ass up. They ripping you right now. I do not care. You look a man in the eye, show me you serious. You look a man straight in his eye and show him you serious, and you got to hear what they got to say. We're not doing this other stuff. That's not what we're doing. So that was another thing that's going to help your kids. Teach them to good eye contact. Make them shake a person's hand. I'm not giving you a goddamn pound. I meet a coach. We're not doing. Now the coach initiate that. That's something different. But we're gonna shake hands. You're gonna give a good firm handshake. You're gonna wrap your hand around his hand and you're gonna shake it. Good firm grip. We're not doing this whole panty Andy. You're not a girl. Shake his hand like a man. Look him in his eye and you talk. And if he's talking to you, you look him in his eye regardless. I don't care if he's ripping you or praise you, uplifting you. You look him square in the eye. Look. Y'all might say, oh, you sound like a dictator, Hank. Oh, it sounds so bad. These are life skills that a young man needs, that young woman needs. These are life skills that these young people need. It's looking down. What are you scared of? You think they're going to turn your ass into goddamn stone? Medusa? What are we doing? No. You look them square in the eye. I don't care what's going on. You look them square in the eye. You have a conversation. regardless of what it is. They'll respect you more. Exactly, Miss Reed. So let me talk on that. I'm glad you said that. One thing I had to tell my ex, I hate doing this, but it is what it is. I had to get on her about undercutting me. And for y'all who don't know what undercutting me, y'all may not either. When I'm talking to my sons, you can't come out saving his ass. No. Don't undercut me. Now, if there's something you disagree with me about, we can talk about this later. Let me do what I need to do, even if I'm wrong. Unless it's going left, let me handle it. If we're going left, I understand. You got to save your baby. Your baby took it left. I'm going to kill his ass if he keep doing this dumb shit. But nonetheless, don't undercut the man. And a man shouldn't undercut the wife or the woman or the mother, whatever the case may be. He shouldn't. Let them handle it. Talk about it later. Don't do it in front of the child. Because now they're going to see that that dissension. And now he sees, okay. Kids always going to play sides. They always going to go do the weaker. And, he's always, and he's a son. So mama's always going to be soft on him. And I got to remind him, you're not raising a daughter. Your daughter grown. She moved on. That's my son. You're not going to make my son into a daughter. So don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. So I would have to go hard on him because she was so light on his ass. Now, maybe she's offsetting because I was so hard on him. She got to show some love. I don't know. Maybe that's why she was doing it secretly. Just didn't tell me. Could have been. I wouldn't doubt it. Let me say that. But, because I had to remind her. I said, first of all, he's young and black. The world's going to eat his ass alive. They're not going to give a damn about him. He's a young black man. Do you think they're going to go light on his ass? When he get out in that world, they're not. They're not. I deal with it every day. They're not going to go light on his ass just because they feel sorry for him. They're not. So I got to get him ready. As a father, as a man, I got to get my son ready to do what he needs to do as a young man. It's not easy. And it hurts sometimes to see you have to be hard on your child. But you have to do what you have to do. That's what he said. It's hard. I have to check myself and walk away. Let's read. I understand. Look, when the conversation is going on between daughter and mother, I wash my hands, I walk away. Let them have it. Unless it's going left, I don't step in. And I said, I don't step in until it goes left with him. One time it did, and I had to chin check his ass. I had to chin. I said, and I ran up on him. Big dog still got a little. I get a few good fast steps in me. I got that. But I had to check his chin. Because, dude, don't you ever disrespect your mother. I said, let me tell you this. The last person you should do is turn on your mother. Your mother going to be with your ass even though your shit stinks. She'll be there to, you could commit a homicide like OJ. She gonna be there and thank your boy. You didn't do nothing wrong. Just saying, don't disrespect your mom. Don't disrespect your mom. So, other than that, I don't involve myself in that. I let them have it. I listen for a bit, make sure everything's good. I go about my business. You can handle it. And then I'll say, well, what do you say? What's going on? Because I need to know. So if he repeats the same behavior, then I'm going to say, you've been warned. Here's your consequences. You've been warned. Here's your punishment. It is what it is. Now, some of the things, in that video that was also disturbing is you see kids in the background celebrating, getting happy because there's an altercation. See, as parents, that's not good. As parents, that's not good. That's not how it should be. That's not how you want it to be. Because as parents, it's your job to set the example. So what type of example are you setting your student athlete when you do those things? When you act foolish and you act out of character. Let me go say act out of character. Some of that, it might be y'all goddamn character. So let me not say act out of character. When y'all act that way. Your child seeing something bad, and now the other little kids who may not be your kids, they seeing it too. Like that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Just because you're teaching, just because it's not getting the results they want, that's how you should act. No, not to the point where it almost comes to blows, and you have to see a sheriff come through there and try to break stuff up. That's not how it's supposed to be. And as parents, we got to make sure we set the example. We have to set the example. And John Abbott said, man, them parents are embarrassing. Man, I agree, John. I agree. One of my favorite chat people. He will have to work for everything he gets. It will develop his character. Chucky knows about character. Shout out to you, Travel One. Man, my man, Iron Vet, man, shout out to you and thanks you for your service, my brother. When do a boy starts to become a man? When he gets a man around him. Those are facts. That he loves and respects and will hold him accountable. Fatherhood. Facts. Look, guys, I appreciate you guys' participation, man. Y'all always do a great thing in the chat. I appreciate. Look, guys, let me make sure I do it because sometimes I forget. If you see behind me, my Funko Pops of the week is Whitney Houston. And my album of the week is Whitney Houston. I had when I was younger, and of course this was pre-Bobby, pre-anything else, and I don't know if she was on the coke then, but hopefully she was. I used to have a crush on old Whitney. I love me some Whitney. I thought, look at her natural curly hair. That shit, if all I know, it might have been a goddamn wig what she had on in that video. I don't know. At that age, I couldn't tell. But she had a little slick back hair. She looked cute. I said, man, look at her. Nice petite body. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Tall. Shit, look at them long legs on her. I used to have a thing for Whitney. Now, once Whitney got into dealing with the life of being a superstar, and she got overly big, and all of that, I like, oh, damn, Whitney. And when I see to hear some of the stories about Whitney, like, oh God, Whitney could be mine. No, hell no, Whitney. I'm sorry. Then when she got with Bobby Brown, the bad boy of R&B, I said, yeah, it's over, Whitney. We ain't gonna make it. R.I.P. to Whitney Houston, man. But that chick could sing. I remember her doing the anthem at the Super Bowl, man. Whew. Talk about one of the best ever. One of the best ever. So shout out to her, man. Oh, Lord. But seeing some of them videos, that video, man, it's disturbing. It really is, because I see some others, man, where they had to put a mother out because he was talking crazy to the coach on the sideline. He's yelling out, Now, did the coach probably really get in his feelings? I think he did. He did. He allowed that to really bother him to certain. He can't do it. But as a parent, you don't need to be doing that, man. You not only represent yourself, you represent your child. You know what I'm saying? You represent your child. And so that's kind of embarrassing for the kid to see their parents act like that. But now, some to this point, the kids don't even, it's okay. They not even bothered by that. They not even bothered by that. So, it's that's rough. That's rough. That's some other video I definitely want to share, and definitely have a conversation about, man. But here's another one for you guys.
It's literally the commitment from not only them, but their parents since the age of 7, 8, 3 to 4 practices a week, hours and hours in the car, waiting for their kid to be done with practice, trying to find something to do while your kid's working out, bringing the sandwiches, staying up late at night, the car rides home when you're crying because you didn't play well, and the excitement that happens after big championships. I don't know. To me, that would be a recommendation I would have for any parent is just whatever journey your kid is on at that moment, just lean into it and let them experience those things because failure is a part of athletics.
Now, that guy says something very vital. Failure is a part of athletics, and those are facts. Guys, you're not going to go undefeated. You're not going to win every game. Unfortunately, you're not. So as parents, we got to be our best advocate for our kids and try to help them to get their mind off of things if it's bad and if it didn't go the way you think it should. Try to be a place where a solitude. Please believe you me, that kids probably got ripped. And again, I had to learn this. I had to remind myself of this. I know in middle school he got ripped, and then also it didn't help him that I ripped him too. But your kid already feels bad about what happened. I promise you do. There's nothing you can say to that kid's going to make him feel any worse. He's going to be his own critique. He's going to already feel some type of way. Now, he may use different things to adjust and adapt and make jokes, laugh, and but it hurt him. It hurt him. Please believe me. If you was asking him probably about 24 hours later, how did you feel after the game? He'd probably be honest with you. Your child probably be honest with you. I'm going to say your child probably be honest with you and let you know they are affected by what happened, what the results was, what that him missing that free throw or missing that tackle, or not making that catch, or dropping that ball, or had a turnover. They are. It's going to harm. Look, it may harm for the rest of life. I made mistakes in games, man, that kept me up for about a week after the game. We played a different team, and it still messed with me. The game messed with me about what happened. That's why they have that old saying, don't let what result happened on Friday help us lose again on next Friday. Because if you got a bunch of kids who had a tough game, hard-fought game, but won at the last minute, last second, like, for example, that Ohio State Notre Dame game. Notre Dame was winning that game. Ohio State was on the last play. They had to score a touchdown. Had to. I think the ball was on the 2-yard line. And they had to score a touchdown to win. Field goal won't win it. It was 14-10. They had to score a touchdown. Notre Dame's playing good defense. Held them for a long time. A high-ranked team. It would have been a good upset for them guys. And they scored that touchdown. The last second. Couldn't make that last defensive stand. Now, some of the kids, I bet that affected to the next week. I bet you it did. Some kids probably let it go because they was trained. They learned how to deal with it. You got to forget about it and move on. Like a good cornerback getting burnt on touchdowns. You gotta move on. You got to move on. You can't dwell in it. You got to move on. But some of the kids were probably affected. And I understand. Like I said, it happened to me. I was in high school. It affected to the next game. Now, fortunate enough we won. But please believe some of us guys still thought about that. What could have happened if we had won that game, and we could have won the district outright instead of sharing it. I'm just saying it can. So try to do what you can as a parent to help your kid adjust and adapt to those type of situations. Tell them a goddamn corny ass dad joke. I don't know. Take them out, get them their favorite treat, ice cream or dessert. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Talk about something else. Talk about anything else to kind of get them off their mind, to get that shit off their mind. Talk about, what's going on in the NBA, or whatever sport they like, the baseball game or the soccer game. Talk about those things. Talk about some of their favorite artists. Matter of fact, allow them to listen to the music. Let them control the playlist. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do to get your kids to move past whatever it is they need to move past. It's not going to help them, but it's going to help you. Because look, again, I told you, sports is a very emotional thing for a lot of individuals. Competition, period, but especially sports. But look, it's funny because, like I said, when I see these things, and as a coach and as a former player, I understand a lot of things these kids be going through. And if you have a parent at home who participates in sports, they understand it too. Now, the tough thing is when you have two parents who never played a sport, never even thought about playing a sport, and then that kid's good enough to play a sport, it's kind of hard for those type parents because they have no idea. So now they're in the dark, right? They're in the dark. They really need a lot of help and a lot of they need to be coached up to really help them educate, not only maybe for the whatever sport the kid was playing, but just how to cope and deal with those type things. You know what I'm saying? The ups and the downs and the goods and the bads. You know what I'm saying? So some people just don't know how to deal with it. Now, sometimes it's a good thing because they don't see and understand why people get so overly emotional. But for others, it's not. Oh, John the Baptist, boy, you ain't shit. John the Baptist said, never admit that again. I lost a little respect for you on that Houston crush. Oh, shit. Shout out to Dr. Kim Bay. John, I apologize, but that was my truth. Oh, man. Shout out to you, bro. Look, she has a question. Now, I know some of y'all say about Travel One, she comes with these questions. This is a legitimate question. I have no problem with this question. It's a good question. Good question, Travel One. Great question. Her question is, Hank, how did playing a sport help you as a black man navigate through life? Did you discover your purpose? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And through sports, yeah. Well, let me say this. I had a lot of purposes. One of my purposes was to help kids. That's one of my purposes currently right now. So did sports help me? Yeah. Because it taught me the game, how to play as a teammate and how to be a good teammate, right? And so that allowed me to work on my purpose. So when I was a teacher, I implement some of those same things that I learned on the football field, the football practice, as far as educating kids on how we got to learn to play together, how we have to learn to work together, how we learned we had to study and help each other. I implemented in my classroom when I was teaching when I was a sub on the elementary level. That helped me. Not only that, it also introduced me to other teammates that I would normally not even deal with. Like I said, one teammate, white guy from Arkansas, I would never have no dealings with this dude. He big country dude from Arkansas. I wouldn't know what the hell. But I learned from him because he took me home with him one Thanksgiving. And his dad is a banker, a real estate banker. And so he taught me about home ownership. I wouldn't know nothing about it. Even though my dad owned a home and my great grandfather owned, my uncle owned them, that was something we talked about. But we talked about that there. And he was talking about how the average black person, black family, at the time we weren't as individual we are now, 2023. As a black family, the average age is 30 before they buy their first home. And for whites, it's 25. So they would have a 5-year gap of built up interest and collateral and credit and all that because they was homeowners 5 years prior to us. So now, by the time they get to 30, they're in their second home. While we just now getting our first home, our first starter home. Oh, yeah, man, you just saying that. And that's what I said. I said, oh, you just saying it. Then he tried to explain it more and more to me. So I'm still think he's bullshitting me. So what did I do? I questioned it. Nobody's above reproach. There's nothing wrong with that. So I questioned it. I challenged him. He said, that's all right. I understand. It can, can be thought-provoking, can be kind of hurtful in some aspects. And look, when I went home, I asked my uncle, when did you own? He said 35. I said, shit. Well, of course, my dad was different. He was in the military, so he got his at 27. Okay. But I started asking everybody else and my neighbor, 25, 21. I'm like, God damn, this dude was right. Now, I know this was a small scale, but I just wanted to have some type of, and didn't want to think he was bullshitting me. Now, of course, we didn't have the internet like we do now. It was a different type of internet, and we didn't have Google back in 95. It just wasn't there just yet for us, right? So, you do research by party researchers asking people questions, and if you've seen some articles in the newspaper, some statistics in the newspaper, some stats in the newspaper, that was it. You had to go to the library, maybe look on microfiche. For some of y'all don't know what that is, that's what you get at the library. They give them little newspaper clippings on them, small scale, look like a film that you have to put in that machine, turn the light on, and search by the date, whatever you're looking for. I just showing my age, goddamn. So I had to do that. I had to utilize my library card in order to get a lot of information. But nonetheless, I did those things because I really wanted to know. I really want to know. So that was one of the things that helped me playing a sport to get to be around certain individuals that I normally wouldn't. I normally wouldn't be around a lot of people that was white or non-black, right? I just would. I mean, I played with them. That wasn't a problem. But outside of football, that wasn't a thing I did. I went back to my black neighborhood, deal with my black people. And that's what it was. Now I'm all of a sudden I'm in a white neighborhood dealing with white folks that took me out of my comfort zone. But it allowed me to learn my teammates. And not only learn my teammates, to see something different. So yes, playing the sport did help me do that, Travel One. It said, John said, I discovered I was a better football coach. And that was, I was a practice warrior and average player on game night. Right on. Right on. Guys, that's funny. That was a great question, Travel One. I know some people give you a hard time and you say some off-the-wall things sometimes, right? You always want to know what Chucky is. You rather see Chucky than me. I understand. But I'm here for you, Travel One. You and everybody else in the chat. Hey, I got another video, man. Now, this video right here is look, let me just play the video, and it kind of goes both two ways. Okay, so definitely pay attention.
Two-a-day practices, early morning rehearsals, and long hours of preparation, all while trying to balance schoolwork, family responsibilities, and perhaps even a job.
Is it just too much to ask? Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree shows us why some Utah parents feel like their high schoolers are being pushed too hard.
He's putting in more hours for a game than I do for my job. He's exhausted, he's burned out. Everyone on the team is that way.
Chris says his son has been dedicating almost 40 hours every week this summer to the Roy High School football team.
You know, some days he's doing 2-a-days, and the first set's going 5 hours and the second set's going 3 hours. And it's been going on since the end of school.
Chris, which is not his real name, didn't want to bring his concerns to the football coach or reveal his identity out of fear of retaliation toward his son.
You look anywhere in the country, there's cardiac arrest, there's kids with heart problems, there's kids falling down of heat exhaustion. We have set standards in place. Why can't we follow them?
These standards are set by the Utah High School Activities Association. Schools must follow a 20 hours a week maximum practice rule during the school year.
There's a lot of...
So, guys, with that being said, that could go one or two ways, right? That could go one or two ways. Now, I seen both. I seen the goods and the bads of it, right? I seen the goods and the bads of it. Travel One said, Hank, thanks for your response. Travel One's no travel's purpose too. I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you, Scam. I appreciate that, my guy. But like I said, this could go one or two ways. Now, I understand when they talk about over practicing, doing too much, and doing all that. But thank goodness every city and state has a requirement for these things. So one of the requirements is during season, the max of practice time is 20 hours a week. And the coach can decide however he wants to divide that up, where he wants to do 2 hours a day, 3 hours, all the way up to that max of 20 hours a week. They can. They can. But during the off season, there's no restrictions. Now, it's considered what they call voluntary. We know how that goes. It's for those who participate in any sports, there's no off season. And it's really not a thing called involuntary. It's not. Because if you want to stay in the coach's good graces and you are not that guy, or you are not that gal, you make sure you be at them involuntary practices. Make sure. Not only that, because it's going to keep the coach's eye on you to make sure you stay in a good graces. You put yourself in the views, let your coach know how serious you are. But it also gives you opportunity to learn. And it also gives you opportunity to build a camaraderie. I don't know. I can't say the words. It also gives you the opportunity to build great relationships with your teammates. Because there's something about going through the hot, long summers, practicing, sweating, you dead tired, but you got to encourage your teammates to keep pushing their way through. Keep encouraging your teammates. It's going to be fine. It's not going to last long. We're going to make it through it. Because now y'all have that bond of holding each other up, holding each other accountable, making sure everybody's good. It's nothing like that. Them 2-a-days, sometimes 3-a-days. Now, y'all ain't doing that no more. Back in the days, there was some 3-a-days for us. Now, again, when I say 3-a-days, we not out in the sun and on that third practice, or maybe that first practice we are, second practice we're not. We're doing film study, or we're lifting. It is what it is. And then the third practice we back outside. That's what it was. Yeah, young cats ain't doing that no more. Young cats, they may have 2 practices, and both of them probably indoors. So we'll leave it at that. Getting in summer football fight. Yeah. Those happen. You learn. I can whoop his ass, but you better not touch him. Teammate, I could fight your ass and drag you, but you don't look at him wrong. We going from the shoulder. It is what it is. But with that being said, you got situations where, you know, sometimes coaches go too hard and go to the extreme, and that's not good. You know, that's not good. Now, I came up under the old school era. This is life before the ruckus rule, where coach grab your face mask. I know it now. You better not do it. Then they could do it. I'm talking about a coach. His ass was a goddamn tobacco chewer. So now coach is in my face talking this shit, flying every goddamn word. You know, I have a shield. You know, that's before it was common for us to wear shields. You know, we didn't. So now you got to deal with this tobacco juice flying and shit. You make sure your mouth closed. You don't want that shit flying in your goddamn mouth. He yelling. He mad at you. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh, damn. He come over grabbing me, snatching my black ass up. You know, was there some days you feel like, man, I'm leaving. Yeah, I had those days. I had those thoughts. But guess what? I had my teammates encouraging me. I had my teammates saying, it's all right, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let it go. I'm frustrated. I'm looking back, looking at that locker room, ready to take that green mile. Thank God for my brothers. They kept me straight, kept me focused. That's just what it was. That's just what it was. So, with that being said, like I said, it could go both ways. Is it some of the parents have no idea how much time and dedication it takes to play a sport? As long as he is doing it by the rules and regulations of the 20 hours a week, what can you say? Look, guys, in them 20 hours, you got to find a way to get some time in to watch film, actually time in to run the drills. Then you got to go over the offense, you got to go over defense, and you got to go over special teams. You got to go over game situations where, you know, you putting yourself in situations like, for example, that Notre Dame and the Ohio State game. That's a game situation you have to practice and play for because they're coming. It may not happen your first 2 years, but your senior year of a college football game, it could happen where you in that situation. Are you going to bow your back, stand up, make the play? Or are you going to fold? You have to do that because those are game situations that could be your reality. So you got to work on those things. You have to practice those things. You have to go through and do the drills. So in case you're in that situation, you know what to do. You know what to do. So you got to do that in a time period. That's why most of your education is during the summertime. You get most of your training and most of your good learning during the summertime, what we consider the off season. Because now there's no limit of amount of time we can work with you. There is no time limit. So, you know, you maybe get 30 minutes to an hour of film time. You may get an hour and a half of practice time. And then last half hour, maybe going to lift. Or Anyone who's injured, go see the trainer. Go get iced down. Go get bandaged up. Go see about your wounds. That's what it was. That's what it was. What's up, my man, Josh? My man, John the Baptist said D-line drills. Yes, sir. I remember them things. God damn. But that's what I'm saying. Parents should go both ways with that situation. Like I said, you can have one of them parents that's just overly soft on a kid and don't want, oh, boy, he should be doing this. He's missing out on. Look, I had to tell my ex early. I said, let me tell y'all this. This dude loves basketball. This dude will miss your birthday for basketball. This dude's going to miss some family events for basketball. That's the love. I know. I've seen that. I heard his conversation. I see how he looked. I was that kid. I did the same thing. I miss family events. I miss birthdays. I miss doing that and going here because of football. Guys, in case y'all didn't know, during the football season, it's Christmas time. Thanksgiving. Practice still got to be practiced. And when you in college, you ain't just coming home unless you live local. You're not. And during the playoffs, that's during the Christmas holiday. You could have a first round, second round of playoffs on Christmas Day, on Christmas weekend. That's what it was. So guess what? You're missing those events because guess what? There's days we practice on Christmas. If you're in the playoffs, you practice on Christmas. You wasn't no long Christmas. I mean, a long practice, nothing like that. We wasn't going to drag you out like it wasn't nothing like that. But you could be practicing or playing a game on Christmas Day. Look, you're going to see in the NFL this year. You're going to have NBA games and football games. That's a part of it. Little Johnny may not be home for Christmas. Santa Claus may have to deliver his Christmas gift to the dorm. It is what it is. So, when my son was missing, look, I understand. When will he come in? After practice. Can he just miss practice? No. They got a game Friday. A big game Friday. He needs to be there. As a point guard, he has to be there. As one of the captains, he has to be there. We're not going to sit there. Why? Fix him a plate, he'll be here. Or if he doesn't, take the plate home and he'll eat it when he get home. But he got other priorities. I told y'all. He loves you. I say he don't. But y'all ain't coming over that. Y'all not. Parents, I'm sorry. Some kids are built like that. Not every kid like that. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, every child. No, they're not. Some kids rather sit down and get that turkey before going to practice. You got kids like that. Some kids like, man, hell with that turkey. That turkey will be here when I get back. It is what it is, man. So parents, don't get in your feelings. Don't get all down and mad and angry because little Johnny or little Joanne ain't that thing. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate that, my brother. Little Joanne is not at the games. I mean, not at the fish fry during the summer for the Catholic church meetings to try to raise money for the building fund. Don't be mad. Little Joanne gotta get her handles right. She working on that crossover. She had practicing, or she at the field hockey field. Getting ready for a game that Friday. What are you going to do? She got a track meet. She got a volleyball, softball tournament. What do you want her to do? She got to prepare. And it so happens to fall on Thanksgiving. Not going to be there long. Maybe a couple hours. You go get it, bring it home, and enjoy the rest of Thanksgiving. Give thanks. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. So that's why I say it can go both ways. It can go both ways, guys. So I got one more video. Well, I got two more, and they ain't a little more lengthy than the other one, guys, but it's something that really needs to be seen. And look, this guy right here is one of my favorite coaches. I don't care what sport it is or whatever the case may be. This guy's a hell of a coach to me. I think this guy is a hell of a coach. And if he ever decided to coach boys basketball, I think he can win a title there too. But he coaches ladies basketball. Shout out to this coach.
Recruiting enthusiastic kids is harder than it's ever been. Because every kid watches TV and they watch the NBA or they watch Major League Baseball or they watch the NFL, whatever sport they watch, WNBA, it doesn't matter. And what they see is people just being really cool. So they think that's how they're going to act. And they haven't even figured out which foot to use as a pivot foot, and they're going to act like they're really good players. You see it all the time. You see it at every AAU tournament. You see it every high school game. So recruiting kids that are like really upbeat and loving life and love the game and have this tremendous appreciation for when their teammates do something well, that's hard. That's hard. It's really hard. So on our team, me, my coaching staff, we put a huge premium on body language. And if your body language is bad, you will never get in the game. Ever. I don't care how good you are. If somebody says, well, you just benched Stewie for, 35 minutes in the Memphis game a couple years ago. Yeah, I did. Oh, that was to motivate her for the South Carolina game the following Monday. No, it wasn't. Stewie was acting like a 12-year-old. So I put her on the bench and said, sit there. It doesn't matter on our team. Now, the other coaches might say, well, you can do that because you got 3 other, All-Americans. I get that. I understand that. But I'd rather lose than watch kids play the way some kids play. I'd rather lose. And they're allowed to get away with just whatever. And they're always thinking about themselves. Me, 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 me. I didn't score, so why should I be happy? I'm not getting enough minutes. Why should I be happy? That's the world that we live in today, unfortunately. And kids check the scoreboard sometimes because they're going to get yelled at by their parents if they don't score enough points. Don't get me started. So when I look at my team, they know this. When I watch game film, I'm checking what's going on the bench. And if somebody's asleep over there, somebody doesn't care, somebody's not engaged in the game, they will never get in the game. Ever. And they know that. They know I'm not kidding.
So, guys, as parents, we definitely got to be encouraging and letting our kids know, hey, regardless of what's going on, I know it may look bleak. I know at times you may get blown out. You still got to maintain frame. You still have to maintain frame. And one of the things you can do is continue to root your teammates on. Even if your coach pulls you out because you just having a rough day, your bad day, things not going your way, man, you can still root your teammates on, encourage them. Because guess what? That's their opportunity to get some playing time, the opportunity to learn, you know what I'm saying, and participate. Encourage your teammates, uplift them. You get in foul trouble. My son, like I said earlier, in his career, he will get in foul trouble because he will be so aggressive all up on him. I said, dude, you're not playing cornerback right now. You play point guard. You got to defend, but you can't be smacking at him like you smacking at a defender trying to get a ball in. You can't do that, buddy. And so It would take him about 4 or 5 games before he can get from football mode to basketball mode. But he would get mad when they would call foul. Okay, buddy, it's a foul. It's a foul. And with that being said, he would get on the bench and you just start soaking and you sit head down, pissed off, mad. And that's when I would get on him after the game about body language. It's not good. But I said, and at the same time, you also need to be encouraging your teammates, uplifting your teammates, cheering them on. So regardless of you're in the game, you can still be out there talking. You still always communicate. Always still communicate, man. Don't stop doing that just because you in a bad space right now. Don't stop doing that because you in foul trouble or you fouled out, whatever the case may be. Don't do that, because guess what? Them same kids are rooting you on when you out there doing your thing, making your plays, doing this, doing that. They out there rooting you on, cheering you on. You got to return the favor. You got to give them a solid and do the same for them. You have to do that. Don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. All right. So being a good teammate, making sure you engage, making sure you uplift and root on your team. That's what's needed. As a leader, that's what you should be doing. As a leader, that's what you should do. Set the example. Regardless of your situation, set the example. Because I promise you, they're doing the same for you. They rooting you on, yelling out the plays, calling out the defense, telling you where to move or such. Do the same thing. You need to be, when you're on the sideline, you're coaching. You're the coach on the court when you're on the court, but you need to be a assistant coach when you're on the sideline. You got to do that. And parents, I would encourage you to make sure your kids doing that. Root their teammates on, regardless of the situation. Root them on. Bring awareness and cheering them on and making them other teammates, feel like they're included. Because guess what? They practice every day with you. They go home, and some guys just don't get to play. Some ladies don't get to play. But yet they still out there every day doing what they need to do to help you get better. So why not give them that same respect in return and cheer for them? So this other video I got is going to kind of tie into what I was talking about. But here we go. My coach, John Calipari.
Some of it is how you think. I'll give an example. We had a kid here in 2012 that went 1 for 8 or 1 for 7 in the national championship game and walked in at halftime and was tough enough to say, I can't make a shot. I'm going to get every rebound and I'm going to block every ball. Duran, you score. Darius, make shots. Michael, you guys go do it. Marcus T, go do your thing. I'm going to do mine, blocking and rebounding. That's a tough player. So versus walking in with a body language that I can't make a shot today, I can't believe this, and looking for, you have no toughness. You have no toughness. Tough player deals with what's there and responds to it. So I'm talking a lot about body language, because body language screams. It screams for everybody to see. Head down, this. And in most cases, it's an immaturity thing, but the second part of it is a little lack of toughness, mental toughness, that I'm not getting broken down because I missed a couple shots, or I fumbled a ball, or I missed a free throw. I don't care. I'm tough. I didn't think I had to teach them this, but I pulled out the toughness sheet, and we read what toughness is. And as I read them to them, are we that? No. Are we this? No. Are we that? No. Are we this? No. Do we talk? No. And so my point to them is how we think has to change if you want how you're playing to change, how you approach this stuff. So I've had to do this with every team, probably more so with this team. But I've not had a team this young before.
So my man Josh had an excellent comment. Mindset. Exactly. Exactly. It's a mindset. And you learn that young. You encourage that young as soon as they have an understanding on what that means about your body language and your attitude and all that. You get that as early as possible. You set the precedence as early as possible. And as parents, we have to do that. When you see that opportunity to show that, and they mentally mature enough to handle it, you let it be known. And you keep hammering at it every time you get that opportunity. Because that's going to create a mindset to the point now it's going to affect them as a young adult all the way up to adulthood. It is a certain mindset you just got to have. It is. Shout out to my moderator doing her job. I appreciate you, man. But with that being said, man, let me go a little farther down the road. Now we're going to get a little bit past the high school aspect of parents being super. Let's talk about the high school on up to getting ready for college. So, with that being said, guys, in 2023, these scholarships for freshmen, incoming freshmen, are few and far between. They're not giving them out like candy like they used to. And that's due to the transfer portal and these rules. Now these kids can go 1 year. They go from Alabama. Things not going the way they think it should be going. They don't want to fight. They don't want to compete. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They feel like I should be playing right now my freshman year. My true freshman, not my redshirt freshman. My true freshman, I should be playing because I am an All-American, All-State, All-Star. I was first team this, first team that. I should be playing right now. Even though, guess what? You got a sophomore and junior in front of you. There was all those things that you was, and maybe and some. And they had that same mindset. I deserve to play. Well, guys, you got to first go and compete. You have to compete, and you have to prove to your coaches that they can trust you to put you in situations where you can get the opportunity of playing time. And until you could do that, they're not going to play you. God, money's on the line. My livelihood's on the line. I'm not going to keep this $10 million a year if I go 5-7. I'm not going to keep this $5 million a year coaching job if I go 12-20. It's not going to happen. If I'm not winning games, I'm not going to keep my job. They're going to start looking at me funny. I'm going to be on the hot seat. So I need to have guys in here in order to help me win. I'm not going to play you just to say you because you're on the team. I'm going to play you because you're going to do what you need to do to help us win. This ain't rec league no more. I ain't got to play you. You got to earn this. Got to earn it. And part of that earning it is doing what you need to do to show in practices and scrimmages. When you get the opportunity, show that you can do it. If he does put you in the game, you get that opportunity, take advantage. Don't be out there bullshitting, lollygagging, dancing, trying to look pretty, but can't play like shit. You look good. Your threads are nice. Your swag is on point. But I put you when them lights come on. Yeah, you a no-show. You're an all-star practice player, but game time, you freeze. You fold like a lawn chair. I can't put you in. My job's on the line. What you think I'm going to put you in for? So you can burn not only yourself, but me too? And his team? No, sir. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So with that being said, now these guys are transferring. They're going to other opportunities. And back in the days, you go to a low level and play immediately. Like, right? So they could go from, say, like Alabama, say, oh, okay, I want to go to Tennessee State. Well, that's a lower level than that major D1, the Division I 2A. So you can play immediately as long as you go to a lower level. But if you go on to, I want to go from Alabama and I want to play at Georgia. Well, now you can. You don't have to sit out. You don't have to miss any time. You play immediately. One time, you get that one free ride transfer. And you can do that. And so, you know what these college coaches are like? Well, shit, that's the free agency market. That's all it is. It's a free agency market. And I'm going to see who's in the portal. Okay, I like this guy. I need this position. I'm going to go and plug him. Well, guess what? They don't have to tolerate and deal with you freshmen who first have to get used to the college life, who have to get adjusted and adapted to how to deal with being out of the house, from up under your parents by yourself. You know, it may take about 6 months, a year or two, maybe 2 years, some of y'all. Dealing with homesickness, dealing with girlfriend problems, knowing how to manage your time, who maintains your GPA. If I could bypass that with a true freshman, and I could get this sophomore who's already equated to the college life to do that, who you think I'm going to take? He has little to no experience in college football, but he already knows how to handle himself outside of the game. I'm going to go for that guy. I'm going to go for that guy because he has the experience. So with that being said, it's them scholarships are a precious gem now. If you're a freshman, you get that scholarship, you're blessed. And you better take advantage of it. Especially ones, like I said, coming out of high school. You have to be elite of the elite to get to get them scholarships now. They're not just throwing them out there to anybody no more. Like I said, they ain't in the transfer portal, looking at the free agency market, and they picking and choosing what they want, who they want. That's what they're doing. So you got to make sure you're on point. You got to make sure your GPA is on par. Make sure you got all your core classes that you need to graduate. Making sure you got your ACT and SAT. Now, I know right now they shut that down. It's not really a requirement, but guess what, guys? That's more money for you. That's more scholarship money you could get. So go ahead and take the ACT and SAT. Take it. I encourage you to. They don't use it like they used to for admissions, but they use it for like placement. That's what they do now. So definitely make sure you are locked in on that and do that. I encourage your parents to encourage your kids to do that. Definitely encourage your parents to do that for your kids. And they have, like I said, you have prep courses. They got in-person prep. A lot of these schools offer that. You have online prep. You know, they have tutors you can do. Some of them free. Some of them's going to cost. Now, let me say this. The free ones are not as good as the ones that cost, right? You get a lot more one-on-one time, more in detail. So I'm just saying, you pay for what you want. You get for what you pay for. Ain't that that's old saying? You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. So with that being said, man, another thing is these scholarships are only, look, some people say 9 months. It's really 6. Because if you add up the Christmas break and the Thanksgiving break and the spring break and them holiday breaks and fall breaks, them kids only in school for actual 6 months. Scholarships are year to year, guys. So when you have y'all evaluations yearly, I don't know if a lot of y'all do have yearly evaluation. I know my job, we have yearly evaluation. Every year you have an evaluation. You have that Come to Jesus meeting every year. And when you get with your coach, your coach is going to tell you got what's your goods, your bads, and your need to improve. I mean, your goods may be very small. Your bads may be 2 pages. And it's going to coincide with your need to improve. That may be 1.5 pages. I'm just saying that it is what it is. And every year you have to re-sign a new scholarship. You have to every year you have to re-up and sign the papers every year. It's not they telling you, oh, you got full 4 year right. No. Sounds good. It's not for a 4-year ride. It's year to year. So parents, if you didn't know it, you know now. Uncle Hank done told you something. It's year to year. So make sure your GPA is on par. Make sure you're doing what you got to do to maintain that scholarship. Do what you have to do. Make sure, like I said, GPA. You're going to class. You're making your meetings. You're making it a practice. You don't keep your ass in a damn doghouse 85% of the time while you playing the sport you love. Thank you, Happy. Make sure you do that. You, as a parent, you got to encourage. Make sure your child's on that. It's like, keep them focused. But yes, parents, it's year to year. So make sure you do what you got to do to help your little Johnny out, little Joanne out, to keep on par. Because like I said, they're not giving these scholarships like it's candy no more. But that transfer portal, it's a madhouse. You hear it all the time now. They rather have a sophomore, a junior, like I said, a transfer over these true freshmen, because these freshmen are going to take some time to get adapted to the college life. And some of them never get adapted to it. They go there, get happy just to get away from the parents. They out there partying, having a good time, living their best life. But not focusing on their grades, not focusing on their classwork, not even focusing on their game. Not focusing on the opportunity that even got them there. Because they too busy living their best life. So as parents, you got to be on your job. And that's part of it. Look, another thing is, try to be encouraging to them. Part of that being encouraging to them is definitely make sure you're supporting as much as possible. Look, my son didn't always like when his mom would bring all them signs, because she was one of those parents that she make up signs. She's during the week, she getting the poster boards and doing all this, bedazzling his number on the poster board. She was that parent. Me, I didn't do none of that shit. I didn't do that shit. I just didn't. I didn't hold up poster boards. What I did was I got his jersey. Right, his game. Well, I had his jersey. I made a home and away jersey. So what I did was, I got one of them blank. The colors are green and white. I got one of them blank Boston Celtics jersey where it was just all white and all green. It was all green and white, majority green and white, and all white and green. And it was blank. It had nothing on it, nothing. So I got that, and I had a guy who had a person. I got a guy who knows a guy who had a person where they got the numbers and the letters stitched on. So I got Western stitched on it, his number stitched on, last name on the back, as well as the number on the back. And that's what I did. I got a home and away jersey. I bought the same one for her down. She wanted to do something else with a jersey. She wanted to bedazzle it out. I said, that's cool. Do what you want to. It's, I just, I was going to get her done too. I want to do my own. Okay, cool. Well, for about 2 years, it didn't happen. It wasn't until his junior year. Then she decided, I want to do this. Well, then she ended up getting her jersey done, like mine. Yeah, she also had other jerseys that was like bedazzled out one of the coaches offered. So she had it was like a picture of him, with him and his basketball jersey. It was his media picture is where it came from. So she had that jersey, but like I said, that's what I did. Also, got a pair of Air Force Ones, and I freaked them out, right? So I bought those, and got the last name, his number, his Twitter handle on there. Him making the all district and something else, first team all district, 6th region, and all of that. I got all that put on the shoes. Got the mascot put on the shoes, and I got them freaked out, right? And I will wear those every game. Didn't matter home or away, whether it was out of the state, didn't matter. Out of the city, didn't matter. I wore it just to support. That was what I did. Just make sure he knew I was present and I was rooting for him. And he was my favorite player. And that's all I was all. I say, you're the best point guard in the state. I don't care about these other kids and these, shout out to them and then they all good. But to me, the best point guard in the state was you. And that's the mindset I put in him. That's what I always told him. I said, I don't care. I don't care about them other kids like that. They're not better than you. And I always try to lift them up, uplift them, encourage them. And even at times when he wasn't the best because his game didn't show it, I still poured that into him just to build up his confidence. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So, you got to do what you got to do. So I definitely encourage parents to support your kids as much as possible. I know there's times they may feel embarrassed, but I promise you, they do like that. At the end of the day, they're going to look around, look, my parents are supporting me. Look around, other kids' parents, they're not doing things they're doing. They appreciate that. They'll think about it. And he thinks like it. He said, it was kind of embarrassed, but I did like that. Matter of fact, he got one of the post boards that his mom made in his room, hanging up on his wall. So what is that? I said, I just wanted it. I said, I understand. Just to remind him of a little piece of home. It is what it is. But look, that's just a sample of what it's like to be a parent of a student athlete. Hey, you won't know more details. I'm sure you'll catch me on another show. I didn't want to go into too much details right now because it's some other stuff I could talk about. I really don't want to divulge and really have a conversation about. But I just wanted to have the show today and talk about it. Let me look, guys. I apologize. I forgot to drop the link for those who may you want to come up here and share it. I apologize. I didn't do it, but it's here. You're more than welcome to come up here and share maybe your experiences. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. I could do that. I apologize. I should have dropped it earlier. For those who may want to come up here, like I said, share some of their experiences as being a parent or maybe even an athlete and have parents that was over demanding like I was at times early in his career. I'm here for that. This guy right here is a hater. Even though he supports me, he's a goddamn hater. Now I'm not no damn, my music good. And did you see my top 50 list? If you didn't see it, check out the show. Top 50 rappers of all time, in my opinion. I don't know why Mark is hating. Don't be a hater, man. Look, it's not very becoming. Don't be that. But thanks for reminding me, Marcus. I do have a show that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays on AMP Music. It's an app called AMP. Great app. I listen to music. I have a good conversation. I had a great show yesterday. I really enjoy doing that. It's not like it's a visual thing. It's just an audio thing that you get to hear me on. But I did have it, so it was fun. I really enjoy. Hey, shout out to Happy. Thank you, man, for the cash app. Thank you. Thank you to my man Josh for the cash app. I appreciate it. And my man John the Baptist for the great support that he's given. He's always been supportive, so I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. But this app, man, I love it. It's fun. It's an opportunity to, like I said, get up there and have a conversation. And I'm not talking about nothing in particular. I'm just having a conversation. But I'm definitely gonna drop it in the chat. I don't give a damn what Mark is talking about. Okay, I'm gonna promote it. I'm supposed to. So if you ever get an opportunity on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern or Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm definitely going to be rocking out. Now, unfortunately, this Thursday I will not get to do it because I got an event to go to Thursday, so I won't get to do it. Concert, but I will be back on Tuesday, and we will be jamming out to some music. R&B Tuesday, Hip Hop Thursday. I don't know what Mark is talking about. He's a hater. What can I do? I mean, he's a hater, man. You need to stop all that goddamn hate. Don't hate, Marcus. You know my music, especially I know my R&B's on point. I know my R&B's on point, boy. I mean, hey, look, guys, the R&B I listen to make you want to go make love to your woman right now. I promise you do. You can mess around and have another baby. For those who don't want to have a baby, don't listen to my music. But those who are looking to build onto their family, you tune in and see what's going to happen. Gonna be some live action popping off at night. Yeah, the music I listen to gonna set that mood, huh? Gonna get you all the way right. I will give you a sample while I'm up here, but look, I don't want to get struck by YouTube because the music I'm playing. I don't want to do that. I like the show. I love doing the show. I love hanging out with you guys, interacting. It's fun. It's exciting. You know, saying y'all bring the best out of Hank sometimes with some of these questions. Some of these questions off the wall. I ain't gonna lie. But, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to my man Marv, man. If I didn't recognize you, I'm sorry, brother. Here you are. Right on. I know you still have back Cleveland. Y'all at least y'all got a winning record right now. Better than what my team looking like. My team 0-4. I can't stand it. God damn. It's rough. But, guys, look, I said I was going to stay a little bit, hang out a little bit. I'm going to try. My lady up there, she got dinner ready. She got dinner on the table waiting for her man. Huh? What y'all know about brown beans and cornbread, huh? That's what your boy got. Your boy got some brown beans and cornbread. I'm a big country dude. I'm a big country dude. And country boy, they love some brown beans, some cornbread, huh? She got that up there waiting on me. So I got to go get to that. Big man needs some nourishment. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry. But for you guys, I'll sacrifice. Speaking of one who has some off-the-wall questions sometimes, my friend Travel One. She says, greetings to Marcus. Why are you tweaking him, Travel One? You don't waste your time with that dude. He's a hater. Don't waste your time. Travel One, let me ask you this. Are you logging on to AMP? Are you tuning in to the radio show that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays? If you're not, please hit that link. Follow me on AMP. Come on up here and ask the questions. No video, just audio. We could just have the conversation. And guess what? I accept your questions. Right on. Speaking of the devil, we done talked a goddamn hater up. What's up, hater? I mean, Marcus, I'm sorry. I must have mispronounced your name.
You have no room to talk, sir, with that trash-ass Chicago Bears team you call an NFL National Football League team. You should be ashamed of yourself for that defense.
See, I knew that was going to end real bad for that man talking this shit. What's
What's up, Hank? How you doing, man? I'm here to support
you. I'm good, man. Other than you remind me of how trash my team is. I don't need you to remind me. I see the results. I don't like it. I got to accept it. It is what it is. What's up with you? You good? Big G. Right on, big brother. what's going on with you, man? I mean, you got a old story about playing in sports and how your parents interacted and how they didn't act a fool like some of them parents we just seen a video in, did it?
I don't think so. Well, at least not to my recollection. But you know, that just because they did wouldn't mean they wouldn't have their sons back. You know, whenever there's some effery going around, and the umpires or the refs be messing up, or maybe the coach might be acting a fool on the other side. I don't know. I can't stop that. It's above my pay grade. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: I didn't end up on a World Star Hip Hop. I didn't end up on a World Star. I'm good. My conscience is clear. You're safe. You're safe, my friend. All right. But I mean, yeah. Overall, though, I like the message you were giving earlier. We were talking about how you support the athletes and stuff like that, and the team, and you know, some people they need these kind of moments, right? Moments of accomplishment, of achievement, of hard work. And when you notice when you work together, or even if it's an individual sport, you just know that, hey, I accomplished something. But if it wasn't for my teammates, my coach, what I learned, you know, determination, perseverance, responsibility, and you notice that, hey, even if you give it your hardest, sometimes you may not win, but you know you left it all out there. But you know you learn more from the losses, right? It's kind of like that saying back in the day with the greatest ever, whoever won championships. It's not the victories that they remember. They remember the losses. Those losses stuck with them, but they learned from it. And that's what they overcame, and they became. You separate yourself from the good ones from the great ones. So I think with that being said, it's just, yeah, man. I've had moments whether I was in basketball, whether I was on like traveling team, or whether I was in wrestling, whether I was in football. You know, my dad, for the most part, he would be there because he was a big basketball head. He used to play too, especially where he grew up in Mexico for a bit. He played in those villages and those towns. They would have like little like championship, little like tournaments and stuff like that. They try to get whatever money they could scrap up and play for like a trophy. And then before you knew it, they were like scouting people to say, hey, we can go play semi-pro or something like that, and then traveling teams and stuff. Then he came over here to the States. Man, my dad would be known as that guy that you wouldn't want him around the rim or like wherever, because you know he would get like everything. He just dominate and get the ball and just do a post up or just a mid-range shooter. But he taught me everything he knew, and then he had me in basketball, you know, being a facilitator, being a good team player and stuff. Because that's what I always liked was when we're all doing good on the team, it's like a big team morale build-up, you know, and it motivates you to do even better and play even harder. So, you know, things like that in football, clearly, you know, when you get an interception and you score a touchdown, you give a big play to help your team win. Those are clearly, and then the coach will pat you in the back and stuff like that to say, see, that's what practice is for, you know, that's what you did in practice, what you're supposed to do in the game later, you know. And then, you know, wrestling too. Wrestling, it was crazy. You know, we lost our head coach due to throat cancer, but he always was with us in spirit, you know, especially my last year in high school. So, you know, we won state championships and division championships. I think out of all the sports that I played, wrestling was the one where we had like 10 straight division championships and then 4 CIF championships for state in the Southern State California section. And then we went on to like masters and regionals and stuff like that. You know, and then we had a couple guys come out of our program too, man, that they excelled and stuff. And to this day, we'll keep in contact with some of those coaches. We'll keep in contact with those people that became like father figures who, if you didn't have it, they were there, an uncle type-esque or a brother-esque, you know. But yeah, man, like other than that, just I'll never forget it. High school, college, collegiate level, that's kind of where I played a little bit. And then when I went in the Marine Corps, I played with the sports teams there for the, you know, Marine All-American team, stuff like that. But yeah, man.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why the hell do we got Amp Survivor under your damn name, man? What are we doing?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, you read that? Oh man. Oh, hey, well.
Damn, boy, the hate is real.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was going for the AAA effect, the Attic, Amp, App, whatever it was, AAA, Survivor.
Well, hate is real, man. That's all I'm gonna say. The hate is real.
Like I said, man, when I was trying to download that app and go with you, because I'm a big, when it's not sports or movies or something like that or media, entertainment, I'm a huge music. Because I let me tell you something about me, because I didn't really say it before, barely on these panels. When I tell you I used to get down on the drums, on the percussion, on the guitar, I used to actually play it, man, back in the day. Whenever I was at church, whether I was at home, whether I was somewhere where I could listen to music, a lot of types of music, I could teach you a thing or two. Hank, I could be your coach, my friend. And you got to subscribe to my Patreon. Not that app you got that you call a music app.
Hey, look here, man. It's just for fun. I like music. I listen to music all the time. As you see, I love to display old albums because I listen to old music. You know, I got an old soul about me. I remember in school, man. I was in school. And this is when you had Walkmans. I don't know if you remember that, Marcus, but we had Walkmans back in the days. And I got my Walkman from Radio Shack. Radio Shack used to have some of the best Walkmans. Boy, you know, I had that Walkman with the equalizers on back. So you couldn't tell me shit. I thought I was that dude because your Walkman got nice looking and all that. But mine's got equalizers. So now mine's a little bit louder. And then I had a pair of realistic headphones. Realistic headphones were some of the loudest headphones you could have. And I had the big ones. I didn't have the little small little ones that came in the box with your Walkman, a little free with the foam on. No, I didn't have that bush. I had the real deal. I had that old DJ headphones. And you could tell me shit. But you know what I used to listen to back in the day? The Jackson 5. The great Temptations' greatest hits. That's back in 93, 94.
I know you want to feel me, but I refuse to let you go.
I ain't got that many here with me now, but you about to run off what I do have with that singing. God damn, what was?
Yeah. Hey man, I'm a little under the weather. All right. As a matter of fact, right now I'm a basement survivor.
Hey,
I'm a basement survivor right now. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I thought that was Paul Collins back there with all this stuff you was doing.
You messing with my mental health now, my friend. You messing with my mental health. As a matter of fact, give me a box of them Funko Pops. As a matter of fact, to relieve my mental health stress right now.
I got you. I'll see you one soon. You ready? Just put
don't
your post on.
Hey, don't give me no open box one though, all right? Don't give me one that's been unpackaged, bro. I see some of those action figurines you got there. They're already unpackaged and stuff.
Oh, I still got the packages now. I can put them back in the box. Please believe, when I make investments like this, I don't get rid of the package unless they see.
Listen. You're gonna tell me it's a brand new, reused, refurbished, but brand new still on the price tag.
And I'm gonna charge you full price.
I know, man. That's when the hate is real. Not only give me the retail, you give me the full retail price. You couldn't give me no family brands discount.
No. You gotta get a full price. Got to get full price.
I thought I was one of the basement buds, or the basement bros. That's what we should call it, basement brothers.
Well, Trav once said that is not singing, Marcus.
I wasn't even trying to.
Hey, look, that man was trying his best. Trav, don't lie to you.
Listen, you know what? My phone was trying the best to download that app and then go through it. That's what my phone was doing in service. If I had to go chuck that phone over the mountains like Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite just to make sure that phone could download it.
Well, look, you need to leave my iPhones alone. The iPhone is trash.
I got Android. What you do? Okay, well, I didn't fall for that. Hey, listen, I'm not one of them, Hank. I'm not one of them.
You made a right decision.
Listen. I learned well from my elders.
I know it. Said it's not worth having it. It's not worth having it. Well, Marcus, I ain't gonna stay long, man. I'm gonna get on cut out. Like I said, my lady got me some good old brown beans and cornbread upstairs waiting on me.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, I got
my
appreciation. So I'm about to go up and show my appreciation in my own special way. I'm not gonna be graphic on here. I'm just saying.
Better make sure you reciprocate that love. All right, reciprocate that. This is what happens when the coach does good.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, Marcus, I appreciate you coming up here, brother. I appreciate you rocking with me in the basement, man. You've been a supporter for a long time from the beginning, and I greatly appreciate you. I promise you I do, man. Thanks for coming, my brother.
Definitely. You better make sure you manifest the Better Music app too. Peace.
God damn. It's great, man. Just keep listening. I promise you'll enjoy it.
All right, Cheyenne. Let me pray first.
Do what you got to do. All right, Marcus. Be easy, brother. Guys, man, it was another successful show today. Another successful show. I appreciate everybody who joined. I appreciate all the cash apps, the super chats. Thank you guys for donating. You guys didn't have to do that, but you chose to do it. So, with that being said, please hit the like button. Either on your way in, on your way out. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to Raw B sending that good old $5 shake chat with some beautiful butterfly emojis. Right on, sister. I greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you for stopping by. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to, and I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Travel said, "Don't keep her waiting. She worked hard to prepare that meal." Right on. Right on. Yes, she did. And I appreciate that. I'm about to go up to the airport taking these brown beans and cornbread. For those who don't know, y'all missed out on some good soul food. Brown beans and cornbread. I'm about to get to it. With a tall glass of bottled water with me. That's my meal of choice tonight, guys. I don't know why I even shared that, but I feel like I needed to. So, again, I just want to thank everybody who supported. Thanks to everybody who sent cash app. Thanks to everybody who sent a super chat. I appreciate that. Again, y'all didn't have to do that. Y'all didn't have to, but y'all chose to, and I appreciate every one of you guys. Everybody who's in the chat, thank you for the participation. Raw B, Dr. McKinbay, Travel One, Marcus, even though he was a goddamn hater. Big Daddy G, I ain't gonna keep saying that, brother. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna keep saying that. But right on to you. Barry White, aka Happy. My man Josh. Right on. John the Baptist, Marvin Smith. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Scam Lightning came through. Told me that was a great topic. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate it. You didn't have to come through, but you did anyway. To my girl, Miss Ryan Reed, thank you, ma'am. Army vet, right on to you, brother. Thank you for your service. And my brother Noble, dedicated to my children's future. Right on, but it's been a long time. I hope all is well with you, my guy. I haven't talked to you. My man, World Class, shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate you coming through. You didn't have to, but you chose to. Von Eric, shout out to you, my brother. Mr. Lyman, right on. Right on. Even though your headphones don't work all at the time, I got nothing but love for you, my guy. My man, Woodard Mac on YouTube. Shout out to you. My man, Kevin Graves. Thanks for coming by, my brother. I appreciate everybody who stopped in today. Like I said, Miss Polly, thank you, man. I'm wondering, how did that fantasy football work for you? Hopefully it worked well. Hopefully you was able to get your team to do it. So I'm looking forward to next time I have a show. I'm looking forward to hear what happened. Big G is okay. Right on with me, brother. I promise you. I got you, Big G. I got you, dog. You my dog. But every last one, and if there's somebody I forgot, I apologize. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. But thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Looking forward to see you on the next one. I promise you. See you on next Monday. And hopefully my man Dion does his thing and starts to get back on his winning ways, right? That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see every brother win. But I also want to see my team win, Kentucky. Got a big game this weekend. We play Georgia. So hopefully we can pull off the upset. Take down the number one. Take down the big bully. Somebody got to take down the Gooch. Hopefully Kentucky could be the team to do it. We'll see. We'll see. But the guys, until then, y'all be easy. Y'all stay safe. Thank you for coming.